Well, summer is here, and with it, one of France's most glamorous vacation spots is starting to spring back to life. That's the southern seaside city of Saint-Tropez. Now, Saint-Tropez is famous as a playground for the rich and famous, but it's also known among pastry lovers as the birthplace of la Tropezienne. The cream-filled dessert is a regular summer favorite. And to talk more about it now, I'm joined on the set by pastry chef Maeva Manchon. Hi, Maeva. Thanks so much for coming on the show. So, voilà, la Tropezienne. So give us a little bit of the background. Where was it invented? How did it get its name?
Actually, that was invented in Saint-Tropez by a Polish immigrant called Alexander Mika. So he was inspired by his grandmother's pastries. So he came to Saint-Tropez and made this excellent pastry. And actually, the very famous Brigitte Bardot came to Saint-Tropez to shoot a movie of Roger Vadim. And she loved that pastry and said to Alexander, oh, you have to call that la tarte tropézienne.
And the rest is history, as they say.
And that was in 1955, I think.
And what's so great about the Tropezienne is it actually, look, when you look at it, it looks quite heavy, quite filling, but it's actually very light and summery. So tell us a bit more about what's in it and how you make it.
That's a very balance between a very light brioche and a very light cream. So overall, that's a very, very light dessert to eat when it's hot outside. So that's a very, very summery dessert.
And it's all about the cream, which is very important. As you can see, there's a lot of it. So what's the trick to making a cream filling for a Tropezienne? How is it different from other cream fillings?
So you have two teams for the Tropezienne. You have the team who made it with only the chantilly, so with cream. And you can make that with crème pâtissière with some whipped cream, who is called diplomate. Okay. And a very common trick to make it, you have to put chantilly inside the vanilla custard, right? Okay. So you have to have the same consistency between the chantilly and the vanilla custard. That's the only trick.
So if you're interested in knowing about pastry creams, there's a whole article in a magazine, Fou de Pâtisserie, which is out now in English that you can check out that talks all about the different creams. But let's get back to the Tropezienne right now. How do you fill it? How do you make it look like this?
So that's very, very simple. Actually, you have the brioche, so you cut it in half. You put some syrup inside that's already made.
What is that, sugar and water?
That's sugar and water, 50% sugar, 50% water, a little boiling, and that's it. You put it in the fridge for 2 hours. You have to have a cold syrup, and after you pipe, very gentle, only the contour.
It's beautiful. Maeva, how did you first become a pastry chef? I mean, I think I read you started off in neurobiology.
Yeah, actually, I was a neurobiologist before, and I took a gap year between my master and my PhD. And I passed my diploma in pastry during this year. Oops.
That's the advantage of being a pastry chef.
So I show you that's very, very simple and very delicious. So I took a gap year between my master's degree and my PhD and passed my diploma during this year and never came back to my PhD.
And since then, you have co-created a bakery in the 9th arrondissement of Paris, which is called the Union Bakery. You've had a lot of success. I know, among other things, I'm just going to whip out some more pastries. You make something called, a pain suisse, which also has a different kind of cream in it.
Yes.
And then this thing is called an apple bomb, which won the trophy pastry creation of the year last year. So congratulations. Tell us a bit more about these two and how you go about creating new pastries.
So creating a new pastry, that's a teamwork, actually. So we made maybe 4 or 5 meetings during the year with all the team, and everyone gives some ideas. Actually, the apple bomb, that's me, but that's a very little detail. That's a very long process. That's a creation for a pastry that's between 2 weeks. From 2 weeks to 2 months For the apple bun, that was 2 months. That was very difficult to make because there is some apple compote inside, and apple, like when you cook them, it gives a very large amount of water. So you have to kind of cook more before putting in the chausson. But that's a very, very long process.
Baking's a lot of chemistry too, I imagine. I mean, it's a lot about doing things exactly right. We were talking about the creams before. So this one here we go, let me show it. The pain suisse, the Swiss bread, that's got another kind of cream in it. Wait, there we go. That's got another kind of cream in it as well. What's the difference between the cream that's in this one and the cream that's in the Tropezienne?
Actually, the cream here, that's just a vanilla custard with some chocolate chip. And in the Tropezienne, that's Chantilly or a diplomat, and a diplomat is vanilla custard with some whipped cream inside.
So what's it like when you work as a baker or a pastry chef? What's a typical day like for you?
So for me, there is no typical day because I'm a co-founder, and we will open a second shop at the end of the year. So there is like a lot of work right now. But for a pastry chef, actually, you come between 5 and 6 a.m. You make all the cake for the day, and after you do the MEP, mise en place, for the next day.
Mise en place means the preparation for the next day.
For the cream, for the compote, and so on.
And when you're home, when you're not working, do you bake at all, or you a lot as well?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to make?
I think for the baking part, just regular like cake, fruit cake. Especially in that kind of moment when it's summer, you have a lot of good fruits. So maybe a clafoutis.
A clafoutis. And I actually read that France's favorite pastry is a fruit tart.
Yeah.
It's actually the French, it's the thing they like the most. But you know what? I'm going to have to say, I am going to like the Tropezienne. Should we try one?
Yes, of course.
You help
you
yourself.
Want a knife?
Yeah, that's a knife. Who needs a knife? Go on, help yourself. I guess with this, we will say cheers. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to eat this baby. Ooh-la. We're going to eat this baby, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Cheers.
More. Cheers. Bye. You're watching France 24. Stay with us.